Oh my god. Dragon Ball Legends is trying to spirit bomb PvP and its passive players into the Shadow Realm. This change is absolutely excessive. It's the biggest nerf I have ever seen for passive players. I mean, to be fair, we did ask for this, but we weren't expecting it to be this dramatic. Now, I did record a clip for you guys that I will show you guys what this is all about, but I want to hear your comments down below. Do you guys think this change is unnecessary? Do you think it's excessive? Comment down below a rating 1 out of 10. How good do you like this change? 10 meaning it's like the best change ever, and then 1 it's absolutely trash. I'll be giving you guys my thoughts and ratings towards the end of the video. But let's just let me full screen this for you guys really quick, and then let me just show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I did play some PvP, Battle Royale to be exact, and this is where they're testing it, and they're testing it for a good reason. So let me just pause this really quick. Okay, so the match starts right now. I'm with my Broly, and I decide to float backwards. Just remember, float. Okay, so here I'm floating backwards, right? And then as I'm floating backwards, look at this. My vanish is already gone, right? My vanish is gone. My ki, I lost 25 ki. Now, to be fair, here I could have countered him with the strike card and blast armor because he was kind of a noob here. But that's not the point. The point is that I was testing out to see how much we can lose in terms of ki as well as vanish reduction for floating backwards, right? So this cuts out a huge part of the game. Like, it just slices, I would say, like 35% of PvP. Like, it's a completely different game if they go through with this, okay? So let me just show you guys real quick. That's me floating backwards. And here, to be fair, I could use my strike and then, because I have blast armor with Broly, but I was just testing, okay? And if we just go here to this next clip, okay? It's Shenron, but this time the match starts, right? But I'm not floating backwards here. I swipe backwards, right? So swiping backwards still works, but this works because you're stuck on a small little animation and you can get caught in this swipe, right? That's pretty much why they didn't punish this, right? They only punish, kind of like vanishing. We'll read the exact statement from them to show you guys exactly why they're punishing this, but it's pretty much just because we see that, players are just waiting to get their vanish back, floating backwards, waiting for perfect vanishes, waiting for substitution count, and not get punished for it, right? Look at this, guys. The match just starts. I'm floating backwards with my Shenron. Check this out. Look at this. Look at my ki. Look at my ki. I already lost, what is it, like 25, 35 ki, 36 ki. Look at my vanish. Look at this. It's halfway through. Now, to be fair, he was also vanishing, or not vanishing, he was also floating backwards himself. So here he did not have any vanish. So what I could have done here is I could have possibly used my long range blue card, right? Because he doesn't have vanish unless he quickly switches, but here he was pretty much stuck because he was floating backwards. Now what I could have also done is probably use a strike card and then a swipe, where I could have just gone through with the strike card, right? Because at most he could probably just, let's just say, he could match me with his strike card if he has a blast and I have blast armor. So basically what this change does, guys, it pretty much just buffs certain other categories as well. Like strike cards, people with or characters with blast armor would dramatically get buffed, or characters like the Zenkai Blue Kid Buu is a very good example because he has good vanishes, so he could kind of counter this in a fashion, because his green card is really broken, right? You get your vanish back really quickly. Your rate vanish gets, increased. So characters like that would benefit from this, or like maybe UI Goku, which he could just kind of like have his unique age and kind of stand there. So some certain characters would benefit from this actually. So there's a statement right here from them. I just want to read it to you guys really quick to see their thought process behind this. So it says here about Legends Battle Royale Battle Balance Test. Okay, so once again, this is a test. Okay, this is a special Legends Battle Royale that is focused on testing balance adjustments currently being considered for the upcoming battle versions. So anytime they want to release something into PvP, they try to test it out first in Battle Royale to see how people react, and that's why I'm making this video. whether it's too excessive, whether it needs to be, you know, scrapped, or whether it needs to be just toned down a little bit, right? I still think this is a good change. They just got to kind of tone it down a little bit, maybe for long range only. It doesn't need to be like floating from mid range. I think floating from mid range, like I said, just cuts out like 35%, 40% of PvP. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, mid range at least. But it goes on to say here, battle adjustments. Key and vanish gauge will greatly reduce when moving backwards, aka floating backwards, right? Regardless of enemy's distance, mid-range, close range, or long range, right? It goes on to say the penalty will not generally be applied when swiping to perform a backward step, which is what I explained because you're stuck on a small little animation. But it may still be applied depending on how quickly your various actions are performed. Not quite sure what they mean by this. Maybe when you dash backwards and then you quickly float, or dash backwards and swipe. I'm not quite sure what they mean by this, to be honest. But the goal of the balance adjustments are, because moving backwards is a low risk, it can buy time for substitution counts to recover, and is used repeatedly to allow players to wait for an opportunity to evade, aka perfect vanish, and counterattack. Also, one effect of this is that is that passive players are encouraged, right? So everybody already knows, like, it's like once you're already in the top 1000, it's just people fishing perfect vanishes and stuff like that, and just playing extremely passive. So this was needed, just not this extreme, I don't think so. And it goes on to say, this adjust aims to balance the adjustments or the advantages currently given to passive play over actively fighting in battle. Please give it a try for yourselves. And boy, did I. Now, you know, honestly, like I said, they could have, this is good, that the fact that they're testing this, right? It's good that they're not just releasing this onto the wild. It's just Battle Royale, which, by the way, guys, Battle Royale this time around, you can play up to 20 times, 4 tickets a day, and there is no battle requirements, meaning you could bring in any tag you want, any character you want, like normal PvP. They're just mainly testing this Battle Royale, and there's not even a tag for this Battle Royale, I don't think so. But there's still crystals in the shop, so make sure you go farm that. But yeah, this is just basically to test. And just once again, just to emphasize, this does not affect you if you swipe your finger backwards, right? If your character quickly moves backwards, right? Some guys said that this is bad because you need to evade AoEs, but AoEs, sometimes just one swipe backwards is all you need. You don't need to float backwards, right? Or you can float backwards, you'll lose your vanish, but then you got to have that strike card with your blast armor on lockdown. You got to make sure to use your blast armor to counter the fact that you don't have a vanish. So there are counters from this, right? Blast armor is going to get buffed dramatically, I think so. So if you don't have blast armor and if this goes through, you're pretty much cooked. But yeah, guys, comment down below. My rating for this would be a 5 out of 10. Just because 5, yes, they are trying to currently fix the whole passive play thing, which I love, but you know, it's way too excessive. So good thing it's under testing. But comment down below your thoughts on this and your rating 1 out of 10. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up, guys. If you did enjoy the video, as always, make sure you guys simply just like and subscribe. And I'll definitely catch you guys once again on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.